Hi everyone, it's Nicole. I have another layout, and this time what I want to do is I want to start using more of my scraps of what's left over in the January kit. So I took out my MFT die. It's a hexagon die, and there's a few of the alphabets that were from the kit. And to save sometime on the recording, I did cut my paper, most of my paper at 1.5 by 1.5 because the die is 1.25 by 1.25. So I'm just doing a few there on the recording. I think only 2, and the rest I've already cut. And basically I took all the papers that I had gotten in the kit, and for January I'd gotten all the papers, all the kits, all 4 kits, the main kit and all 4 add-ons. So I used, there was quite a bit of paper. I think there was 29 sheets of paper. And there was a couple that I had no leftovers left, so I couldn't use those. But the ones that I did have, I did use. And it's just a good way to show to what exactly is, to showcase what was in that kit. So I like to do that every month. Do some layouts that do have all the papers. So I'm starting to use that hexagon die, and I'm using that metal plate that I got a few weeks ago in one of my hauls, and I really like it. Ever since I start using it, I'm finding that my MFT dies, the intricate dies, they're cutting way better. And even here I'm putting, at one point I put 3 layers of paper, and it cut through all 3 layers. So, and I don't have to put a shim anymore. And I found after a while the paper, because I was using paper as a shim, I don't know, after you use it for a while, it doesn't work as well. So you'd have to keep using a new sheet of paper, and I didn't like that. But the metal sheet seems to be working really well. So I'm glad I got it. I think it's about, I don't know, $12 to $15. I can't really remember, but I found it was worth it. So I was going to cut some of this out, but I thought it would give me an opportunity to let you know I'm still on the January kit, and I know today is March 31st, so tomorrow they're probably going to send us, or the day after, the April kit, or the March kit. No, the April kit. We already got the March kit. And I'm still working on January. I'm thinking, when I went through it, I found another 3 combinations that I really liked, the color combinations, so I just can't put it away, because I know once I put it away, those papers, the likelihood of me using them is pretty slim. So I think I'm going to do, I have one more that's already done. All I got to do is a voiceover, and then 3 more pages. And I'm hoping to do one tonight, and hopefully another one, start it tomorrow night, and then finish it on Tuesday. So I'm hoping by this weekend I can start on the February kit. And also what I plan on doing is I'm going to do a small recording, probably, I don't know, 5 or 7 minutes, just to kind of show when I start with a kit, what I do. And it seems to help me a lot to, even before I get my photos, I don't even know which photos I'm going to use yet. I just go through the paper and kind of put it together in an order that I think that I can use it. And that seems to help me a lot to use up my papers. One month I got 22 layouts, the other one I got 18, and this month I think I'm up to 15 or 16 pages. So I like to make sure that I get my money's worth from these papers, so from these kits, because then it's really not worth it to get it, if you, to me anyway, if I only get 6 or 7 layouts, especially if I'm getting all 4 add-ons. I want to make sure that I get my money's worth. And hopefully someday I'll be able to catch up. But I mean, I still feel that I'd rather use my kits than not use them. And also, don't forget, I have a challenge because I reached 200 subscribers. So I'm hoping next week I'll be able to put the video of what the prize is. I have almost everything in, so I'm hoping to be able to put that up next week. But you have till April 15th to join, and if you didn't hear about it, just go down. I only have 30 some videos, so just go down, and the one that says 200 plus subscribers see what the rules are, and please join in. And now I'm at the part, there's also a hexagon die that it cuts out all in one strip, so I thought it'd be really neat to cut that out so that I could put my title on that. So that's what I did. I cut it out of vanilla. So I believe I'm done with the die cutting, and I'm just going to clean up a little bit because it does end up making a lot of pieces of papers everywhere. But I did that either last month or the month before, and I really liked when I look at that page and it showcases all the papers. I really like that. And the next layout that I'm going to upload to, it's all done. I'll record it. I just got to do the voiceover. That one too is showcasing the papers. So I'm trying to think of another way that I could showcase the paper just to use it up so that literally all I have left is scraps. It's harder to use all the embellishments, I find, but embellishments, I mean, every page that you do, you're always putting, you know, some embellishments. So I know I keep the mouth out, even if the month is done. I just put it in a different container. So before I go to my regular stash, I try to go in there so to use it up. So now I'm just kind of setting out the hexagons side by side, and I'm trying to leave about 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. And then I'm trying to flip the paper so that I do get, you know, to showcase all the papers that were in the collection. And then once everything is set out, then I'm going to start gluing them down. This layout took me 1 hour and 32 minutes, and that includes the 10 minutes that it took me prior to turning the camera on to cut all the pieces at 1.5 by 1.5. So it wasn't too bad. It's still quite manageable. I didn't know how wide I wanted to go, so I want to use as much as of the hexagons that I could, so I just kept adding. And I'm going to go down to, I believe, till it goes to 1 hexagon. And then I'm going to start gluing them down. This layout has been done for close to a week, and this is the 3rd time that I try to do the recording. And it was recording fine, but it just seems every time I start recording, somebody would walk in and it'd be like, oh, I have to start all over again. And then we had a hockey tournament this weekend, and I even brought it with me thinking, well, when they go to the pool, I'll be able to record it. And that still didn't work. I'd be almost done and they'd walk in, and you know, I kept the baby in the room so that my daughter could go enjoy being in the pool with them. And so sometimes the baby would start, you know, waking up but anyway, I'm going to get it done tonight and hopefully upload it tonight, and then hopefully get the second one done. Until I start doing YouTube videos, I didn't realize how long it took to do YouTube videos. So all the people that have been doing this for years, thank you so much. I can't believe how it's not necessarily the video that takes forever. It's the processing of the video. It takes close to 2 hours to upload it to iMovie, and then you got to put it all together, and then you got to fast forward it, mute the clip, and then you got to do the voice recorder, and then it's got to process it again so that it makes it easy to upload it to YouTube. Once all that is done, then it's only, I think, 20 minutes, 25 minutes to upload it to YouTube. But it's literally a process of close to 6 hours for each YouTube videos. So, and I mean, I'm a big YouTube fan. I watch so many YouTube videos, and I mean, I always appreciated people that did it, but I didn't realize how long it took. So to everyone that does YouTube videos, thank you so much for all the time that you put in. We all appreciate it. So I'm starting to glue down all the hexagons, and at first I'm using my ATG gun because I wanted to be able to, if I had to lift it and move it, to do so. And I found with the wet glue, it's really hard, but it was such a long process with the ATG gun. I'm just going to give up and just start using the wet glue. Quick dry adhesive is my favorite wet glue, and then it goes a little faster to glue out the hexagons all together. So once I get all these done, I found I didn't want to do too much layering on the page because I put so much work in gluing down all those hexagons that I didn't want to cover them up. So you're going to see that I didn't do too much layering on the page. I did add 3 hexagon to the top right just to kind of sort of pretend that there was another triangle, I guess, because I mean it comes to a triangle that was sort of starting to the top right, just to kind of give it a so it wasn't just kind of left heavy, I guess, not top heavy but left heavy. I just kind of put that to the top right to kind of balance it out a little bit, and then I'm going to put my title to the bottom right. And whenever you see that I stepped away there for a few seconds, and I had the baby with me, so if he was awake while I was doing that, he's really good. He just kind of looks around and looks at me, but I kind of turn around and talk to him. And also, you saw me reaching. I actually watch YouTube videos while I'm scrapping, so it's I can't scrap in total silence. I have to have something going on, so I either watch a Ustream class or a YouTube video, and it kind of passes the time, because I know that I can mute the clips, so then you don't hear anything in the background anyway. So I'm almost done gluing all those squares or hexagons down. Like I said, it's a little bit of work, but I found it's still worth it. It doesn't take too much longer. Usually it takes me about, the average seems to be between an hour and 5 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes, around that range, and this took me about 15 minutes more, so it wasn't that outrageous. But before I started actually taping, me scrapping the pages, it would always seem it would take me about 3 hours to do a page. So, but I found ever since I started buying the Studio Calico kits, I'm doing so many more pages per month, because it seems that they've almost kind of taken the thinking out of it for you. They kind of put the papers together, and so I don't have to go through all my supplies I just kind of have a set amount of papers and I work through that. So it seems to be helping. So I didn't know which photos I was going to scrap with this. So when you saw it kind of flicker, I kind of took a little break and I was going through my photos, and I decided to print. I got for Christmas a Picture-Mate show. It's from Epson. I absolutely love it. I mostly got it so that I could do Project Life, which I haven't started yet, but I've been keeping notes and stuff and taking the photos, so I got to get started. I just don't know if I should go back to week 1 or start now and then just keep going back and then doing 1 or 2 pages, January, let's say, and then doing today. So hopefully I'll get that started soon, and then I'll share also my Project Life layouts. So that She Said bubble speech thing, that came in a kit about 3 months ago, and like I said, I have a separate platter that I keep my older Studio Calico kit in, and I always go into that and then go through that before I go into my own stash, so that I can get that used up. So I saw that and I thought, well, I'd like that. I'd like to use that. So the title is going to say, She Said He's So Little, because my daughter just couldn't believe how little he was when he was born, and the picture is of her hand and his little hand, and her hand and his little foot. So we're going to try and take a picture. often to see the difference, you know, how much he's grown and stuff. So actually tomorrow he'll be 2 months, so we're going to do it again and kind of see the difference through the months. So I'm going to, I can't remember if that washi tape was actually in the January kit or in another kit, but it's a craft washi tape. And where I was using craft paper, I thought it would go really well. Plus that She Said die cut is kind of a wood grain, so I thought it would go well with that too. So I kind of used the washi tape under the bubble, the speech bubble, and above the She Said. And now I'm going to start working on my title. And with some of the thickers that we got this month, I'm going to spell little. And then with the black, I think it's basic gray alphabet that we got in the kit, I'm going to spell he's so. And I'm going to fuss with it a little bit because those letters are so small. So I usually use my X-Acto knife when I work with little letters like that, because it's just so hard to move them around. So I'm going to start gluing down the title and move around, like I said, fuss with the title a little bit more. And there's not a lot of layering on this page, again, because I didn't want to cover all those hexagon that took forever to cut out. I'm going to add some enamel dots to every cluster. And I'm also going to add some twine. And I've been following Shamel Lane now for 3 years, 4 years. I've been taking her class on 2Ps and the ones that you pay for, the ones that are free, and also on her website. And she does this thing where she kind of rolls the twine and just ties it in a knot and just glues it on. And I thought I'd just do different. Usually I just do kind of a twirly thing, and I just thought I'd do something different this time. So I kind of took that right from her, and just to kind of give the page a little bit of texture without covering anything. And I'm looking for more embellishments, and I'm going to look through those chipboard hearts that we got this month from Prima. So I'm going to use a big one and 2 small ones in each of the clusters. And I'm going to ink them with cough syrup ink from Jenny Bolin. So I'm going to fuss with that for a little bit, and this is where I decide that I'm going to ink them so they kind of stand out. And I really like those because they're kind of embossed, so when you ink them up, they kind of, there's a little part on it that resists, so it really stands out. So I really like that. And then I'm going to glue them down, and again I'm going to put some quick dry adhesive because I don't find that adhesive on them is enough. They kind of fall off and end up at the bottom of your page protector, and I don't like that. So glue them on, and I'm going to put an enamel dot. 2 of them I'm going to put it directly on the heart, and the other one I'm just going to leave it on the cluster, and then I'm going to work on my journaling. And I just basically kind of said that we took this picture and he was only 36 hours old in the speech bubble. And then I'm going to use that glimmer glaze that I love so much. I'm going to use a red, and I believe maybe a blue. And I didn't even bother taking out my box, my Studio Calico box that I usually use. I was looking at the battery on the camera, and it was going to run out, so I was just trying to hurry. Well, I guess I used a red and a green. Yeah, so I was afraid that the battery was going to run out, so I just kind of hurried and did that. So I'm going to show a close-up of the page, and I believe it's all done. I'm cleaning up my work area. I like to, every time I finish a page, I clean down my work area, even though, I mean, by the time I start the next page, I still use, most of the stuff that I use from the same, because it's all Studio Calico, but I still like to start fresh. So here's the close-up of the page. And also I'm going to show some still pictures. Some close-up pictures. So that's it. That's the page. And hopefully, like I said, I'll be uploading another page in the next day or so. So thanks for watching. Bye.